All right. I know. Got options. Too many. All right. Hmm. We hit that. All right. Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? I'm fine. Doctor reading.
world is ending, though few believe it. The Chaos Gods, the Dark Brothers, tire of their great game. Now, they seek to sweep the board clean with fire and blood. For centuries, the Empire has held firm against its enemies. Mankind has encountered no foe that steel could not tame, or whom walls could not hold. At least, that is what they taught. No one spoke of the ancient enemy now rising from beneath, and no one will be left to tell the tale. Unless you can stem the vermintide.
A trap!
It's like one of the most popular RPGs.
It's an RPG?
Mm-hmm.
Because last time, I didn't mean Ultra Kill.
Oh, they say Undertale?
No, I told you about the Battlegrounds game, and it was like, that was based off of it, and it was like, you're gonna have to check it out. Oh, that game.
Is that in the game? Have you seen this before? Before?
Tattletale, that's me! Treats. Nom, 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 nom. Wow!
Mama's coming.
Play on, please!
Mm.
It's dark! Mama, scary.
It's like instant. So you have to carry that and then like do everything.
You really have to take your revenge survive.
Mm.
Wait, is Undertale
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wonder, Who will you be? Our children? Will you love us for having created you? Will the world you build be like ours, or so different that today we cannot even imagine it?
Step into the light, child.
Is there anything that we associate more closely with intelligence than curiosity? Our mythologies are full of riddles and mysteries and divine knowledge.
My child, you may go freely to all the worlds of my garden. But if the tower tempts you, be wise. Do not let yourself be misled by doubt. For it shall bring death and the end of your generations. So be it. Let your will be done.
No, but single player.
What's it like? It's like a bullet hell. Is it?
No, it's just your like classic your 8-bit like your
In a deep
classic
space,
8-bit RPG.
galaxy
But it's like
is away.
supposedly you're just gonna have to like look at it when after steps.
brings to you a new challenge. Incredibly in-depth game. Contains over 20 unique enemies. Each enemy has mechanics of their own. Bringing the diversity of the game to another level. Slows. Heals. Kamikazes. Tanks. Enemies from the void. Bosses that will challenge your skill. I will not forget who I am. Storylines that will make you sympathize with the main character. Upgrades. 5 ships, each with improvements of their own. Unique abilities upgrade pattern. Attack modification. Stun. Damage over time. Additional modes to spice things up. Do you have what it takes to survive?
Want to go through steps. Well, then I will say immediately after looking up, we start reading. If that's what you need. Okay. I'll do the second one. What is Roblox Doors based off? So I guess F Room was the original. Oh, oh.
But it's totally helpful. Actually, totally helpful. This is not helpful.
They're all Roblox.
I need more helpful answers.
You know, there is a game that's like that's in that same vein. That's like why is is that was it breaking it? No. Why is Internet Explorer breaking?
I don't know. It's inspired.
Yeah. You just left click and it'll take you to.
I'm trying to copy it.
Little guys can do big things too. I'll be right back. Hmm. I have no idea. I don't know. That's just what they're putting. I don't know. And there are a lot of people making games these days, so. Hmm.
Yeah.
That takes durability, and I have no way of repairing. All right, so are you done searching? All right. We'll stick to the agreement. What's the question? Okay, do you need... I keep on being flexible to...
This is still searching.
But you already looked up what was said, what was considered for doors. Do you need to keep looking? Do you need to keep on scratching that? And then after that, we'll read? Okay. It was released in 2022 for that game. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The DB in it. I imagine so. All right. Let's read. All right. King G is your home for amazing. We just thank you for you. Thank you for your just amazing work. Thank you that we can just in the place of plenty. You know what's funny is we're lost in the abundance. Like we have access to hundreds and hundreds of games, but we're lost in the too much. What a time. What a place. So may we just look to you, may we just find peace in you, so we can just move on and taking all our freedom and just privilege and use it to glorify and bless your name. Amen. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5 to 32. On mixed motives. Hey, Assyria, my angry club, and the mace in their hand is my wrath, and against an impious nation I send it. I commission it against the people toward which I am wrathful. Take plunder and see spoil, and make it into something trample like mud in the streets. But it doesn't think this way. It doesn't mind. Its mind doesn't reckon this way, because in its mind is to destroy, to cut off nations, not a few. Because it says, "Are my officers not kings altogether? Isn't Calno like Carchemish, or Hamath like Arpad, or Samaria like Damascus? As my hand reached the non-entity kingdoms, and their images were more than those of Samaria and Jerusalem, as I did to Samaria and its non-entities, shall I not do the same to Jerusalem and its images? But when my Lord finishes all his action against Mount Zion and against Jerusalem, I will attend to the fruit of the king of Assyria's big headedness, and to the lofty splendor of its look. Because he said, by the might of my hand I have acted, by my wisdom, because I have understanding, I have removed the borders of peoples, I have plundered their treasures. As a mighty one I have subdued inhabitants, my hand reached as into a nest. For the wealth of peoples, like one gathering abandoned eggs, I myself gathered the entire earth. There was not one flapping a wing, or opening its mouth and chirping. Does the axe glorify itself over the person who chops with it? Or the saw magnify itself over the person who wields it? As if the club wields the person who lifts it up. As if the mace raised the one who is not made of wood. Therefore the Lord Yahweh armies will send off a wasting disease against his well-fed ones. Beneath its people of honor it will burn. But the burning like the burning of fire, the light of Israel become fire, its Holy One a flame. It will burn and consume its thorn, and its thistle in one day. The splendor of its forest and its farmland, it will finish off body and soul. It'll be like the wasting away of a sick person. The remains of the trees in its forest will be so few that a boy could write them down. On that day, the remains of Israel and the survivors of the household of Jacob will not again lean on the one that hit them. They will lean on Yahweh, Israel's Holy One, in truth. The remains will turn, the remains of Jacob, to God, the warrior God. Though your people, Israel, should be like the sand of the sea, it will be remains of it that will turn. A finishing is determined, overwhelming faithfulness, because a thing determined. The Lord Yahweh armies is doing it in the midst of the entire country. Therefore, the Lord Yahweh armies has said this: don't be afraid, my people, who dwell on Zion of Assyria, which hits you with the club, and lifts his mace against you in the manner of the Egyptians. because in a very little while more, my wrath will finish, and my anger will be toward their destruction. Yahweh armies is lifting a whip against it, like the Hittite Median in the Oreb crag, like his mace over the sea, and he will raise it in the manner of Egypt. On that day, its burden will move away from your shoulder, and his yoke from upon your neck. The yoke will be destroyed in the face of your stoutness. He has gone against Ayat. He has passed by Migron. At Mikmas, he stationed his equipment. They cross at the pass. Geba will be lodging for us. Ramah trembles. A Gibeah of Saul has fled. Yell aloud, Bat Gelem, Pehid, Lasha. Answer, Anatot. Mad Memna ran away. The inhabitants of Gebim sought refuge. Yet this day at Nod, standing, he will wave his hand at the mount of Miss Zion, the hill of Jerusalem. All right, any themes you noticed? So there's definitely, Assyria, you remember who Assyria destroyed, right? Yep, the north, the Ephraim, Israel. And so they then sieged against Jerusalem, in which they did not succeed. And he's like, do not worry about them. Yahweh will set his face against them. Next week, my wife and I are to speak at a retreat for students aimed at helping people maintain a connection with God while they're studying theology. I'm looking forward to this event because we have the experience of going through seminary and watching generations of students do so. So we have experience to share, lessons we have learned, and reflections to offer. I'm pretty confident that students will appreciate at least some things we say, and I won't object if they say so afterward. Of course, I may be totally wrong, but whether I am or not, the problem is that my keenness to be useful to students and my keenness to serve God is mixed up with my whether I am or not. The problem is that my keenness to be useful to students, my keenness to serve God is mixed up with my enjoyment of performing in the way that people appreciate. As a pastor, I'm always faced by the question of whether I'm doing my work for God's sake or for the people's sake or for my sake. A ladder of these three motivations are always mixed up. Maybe they're mixed up for Isaiah. Certainly they're mixed up for the Assyrians, if not at the level of conscious motivation. The Assyrians were serving Yahweh but didn't realize it. They were rampaging around the Middle East, carving out an empire. And their rampaging in Ephraim and Judah was the means of God acting there. They were the club or mace that God wielded in expressing anger at the people's wrongdoing. The Bible often sees the superpowers as means whereby God's purpose is fulfilled, for good or ill. But in neither connection are they trying to serve God. Their motivation isn't mixed. They just want to serve their own interests, but this doesn't stop God using them. They operate with the self-confidence that's natural to a superpower. They know their resources are bigger than anyone else's. They can beat anyone. They have a proven strategic track record. The trouble is that they're thus more impressed with themselves than they are with the God whom they're unconsciously serving. And the basis upon which God evaluates them isn't whether God finds them strangely useful. It's the nature of that motivation. God doesn't see anything unjust in utilizing people's wrong instincts, yet still evaluating them on the basis of those instincts. The Assyrians will be judged in the same way as their victims are judged. They get cut no slack because God uses them. They will find the God who is the light of Israel setting them alight. The message concerns Assyria, but it's designed for Judah to hear. We get no indication that a prophet such as Assyria went off to address the Assyrian king. It's usually the case that when prophets speak as if they're addressing other nations, it's Israel that they're directly addressing. Their job is to enable the people of God to understand what God is doing in the world and to live their lives in light of that understanding. The point is more explicit when Isaiah goes on to tell people not to be afraid of Syria. You could say it's a strange exhortation. Judah has every reason to be afraid of Syria in the short term. The final paragraph gives a vivid imagery description of the frightening advance on Jerusalem by the Assyrian army. But Judah continues to be my people. Assyria's destruction, this won't be the end of the story. The pattern in the putting down of Egypt at the Reed Sea, at the Exodus and Midian and Gideon today will be repeated. Thus, when Isaiah goes on to speak of the people who formed the leftovers in Judah when the soup harvest has finished them, and of how they will behave in the future, he is again addressing Judah. And his words are again not merely predictions, but challenges and promises designed to influence Judah in the present. The section keeps moving between declarations about Assyria's and Judah's future and warnings to Judah, and this reflects the way it sets different challenges and scenarios before Judah, designed to provoke a response. Judah has an unfortunate penchant for relying on people who will then turn on them. People such as the Assyrians themselves. Eventually they'll see sense and realize whom they should rely on. A people will survive who are mere leftovers, a tiny people that Yahweh allows to survive to avoid wiping out the whole people when Yahweh's wrath overwhelms Yahweh's instinct to be faithful and not act in judgment. There will be a remnant in the traditional translation, but that tiny people will turn Yahweh and become faithful leftovers, a faithful remnant. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 33 to chapter 12, verse 6. A day when there will be... Yeah, we could do that. I wonder if I'm going to have to Control-Alt-Delete again. All right, we are in... okay, we're in...
The Gospel of Mark is a book in the Bible about the life of Jesus. And the earliest reliable tradition tells us that it was written by a guy named John Mark.
Now, Mark didn't just grab a bunch of random stories about Jesus and throw them together. He's designed this book to address some really specific questions about whether or not Jesus was the Jewish Messiah.
So let's stop right there, because that's a term a lot of people like me aren't very familiar with.
Yeah, so the Messiah was a royal figure, sometimes called the Son of God, that Israel was expecting to come and set up a kingdom here on earth. And around the time of Jesus, Israel was occupied by Rome, and so many Jews were hoping that the Messiah would come and overthrow the Romans and rule as king.
But Jesus didn't overthrow the Romans. In fact, he was killed by them.
And that brings us to the very issues Mark is trying to get at in this book. So in the first half, he focuses on who Jesus is. Is he really the Messiah? And then in the second half, he's addressing how Jesus became the Messianic king. And then right here in the middle of the book is this pivotal story that brings the two halves together, and Jesus answers both of these questions.
Okay, so let's talk about the first half of the book, who Jesus is.
So Mark makes his beliefs about Jesus very clear from the first line of the book. The beginning of the good news about Jesus, the Messiah, the Son of God.
One of the next stories is Jesus getting baptized, and God's voice announces from heaven, "This is my son." So it couldn't be more clear. It's presenting Jesus as the Messiah.
Yes, but as you're reading through this first half of Mark, you'll notice something really interesting start to happen. Jesus is going about healing all these different people, and he's constantly telling them to keep quiet about who he is. This happens so many times in Mark's account. It's very strange.
Yeah, why keep it a secret?
So remember, lots of Jews had lots of different expectations about what the Messiah would be and do. And so Jesus doesn't want people to misunderstand what it means for him to be Israel's Messiah. And so with all that in mind, we come now to the pivotal story at the center of the book, where Jesus takes his disciples away and he asks them, "Who do you all say that I am?"
And Peter says what everyone's been saying, "You're the Messiah, the Son of God."
But then something new happens, because Jesus starts explaining to them how he's going to become the Messianic king, and it is not what they expected. He says he's going to suffer and die and rule by becoming a servant, or in his words, the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to become a servant and to give his life as a ransom for many.
Peter is startled by this, and he rebukes Jesus because there's no way he's going to let Jesus die. And Jesus responds, "Get behind me, Satan," which is really intense.
It really is. But it highlights how important it is for Jesus that his disciples come to understand who he really is. And so here, now in this pivotal section, Jesus tries 3 different times to have this conversation with them, and every time they respond in confusion and even fear.
Okay, so this launches us into the second half of the book, where Mark addresses the question of how Jesus becomes the Messianic King. It's the last week of Jesus' life. He goes to Jerusalem, gets in conflict with the religious leaders, and gets arrested.
And he's put on trial as someone who's claiming to be the king of the Jews. He's even given a crown and a purple robe like a king would get, but it is all a cruel joke.
Then he's mocked and beaten and hung up on a cross where he dies.
And it's here in this crucial scene that we meet a new character.
A Roman soldier
who suddenly gets everything that's going on.
He says, "Surely this is the Son of God."
Which is crazy. It's an enemy who's first putting it all together, that Israel's Messianic king is the crucified Jesus.
That's the structure of the book of Mark. But the book doesn't end with Jesus dead on the cross.
No. So on the 3rd day, some women go to visit Jesus' tomb, only to find that it's empty. And then there's this angel standing there, instructing them to go and tell this good news that Jesus is alive from the dead. But instead, they run away and they don't tell anyone because they're afraid. And that's how the book ends.
Which is a really abrupt ending.
Yeah, it's so abrupt that later scribes did add an ending that brings more closure to the story. And you'll find that story in your Bible with a little footnote that says it was added much later. But Mark's a brilliant storyteller, and he's intentionally ended this book abruptly. So all through the book, the disciples have been confused about Jesus' plan to give up his life, the story in the middle, and now right here at the end. It's like Mark is acknowledging just how startling this claim really is. And he wants you, the reader, to wrestle with it for yourself. Is this crucified Jesus really the Messiah that they've been waiting for?
All right, takeaways. So, I think a really good takeaway is we always got to ask if we're truly serving the true Jesus. Because so many times it just shows like we think we're serving God, but then it turns out we're only serving ourselves. Because Peter, he didn't want Jesus to die, but he was having Jewish expectation about Jesus. Yep. But I guess he's the one who puts the connection together first. At least on the cross scene. A Roman. All right, my friend, we can start. I'll be back. What? All right. Here you are.
Oh, that.
Huh. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, not so crazy, right? that like the first initial is crazy.
Hmm.
What was that? I'm like, psych.
Oh, I should probably do this. It's gonna add weight. Yep. I'll do that later. I see now. Will this game accept audio changes? Oh, sweet, it does.
the cage! Over here!
You should not be here, mortal! Your blood is forfeit! Your flesh is mine!
In the cage! Over here!
On your belly, naked! Dead skin!
In the cage! Over here! Quickly! Quickly, there's no time. You must get to the top of the large tower. The sigil keep, they call it. That's what keeps the Oblivion Gate open. Find the sigil stone, remove it, and the gate will close. Hurry! The keeper has the key. You must get the key. Have you got the key? You must get the keeper's key. It's the only way. Get to the sigil keep! Take the key, get to the sigil keep, and find the sigil stone. It's the only way. Don't worry about me. There is no time. Get moving!
Oh, he rage quit. Can't block that.
What's up, Brendan? Yeah. It's one of the very first thing to do so I could just get Oblivion gates to spawn in game.
What? What? What?
I'm good.
Just came up.
Uh-huh. That's
I've
awesome.
been here for a little while. He needs a break.
That's awesome. Hey, keep telling them.
Huh?
As you like, keep telling them.
I'm only 60 cents. Get that guy a raise. Oh, you just got done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you using that mace?
Yeah. I mean, it was given to me. Why not?
You know how to recharge them, right?
Soul stones, I think. I need to fill up the...
You know how to recharge them?
Yeah, I need a spell.
Yes. I'll level up.
I know I have a couple level ups. Alright. I don't. Char, do you hear his question?
Better.
I'm just lucky to be alive. You saved my life. You brought me back from hell. I won't forget it.
That's fun. Love you.
It was a terrible night. I don't know how any of us survived. The whole city was burning. Farewell.
You closed the gate. I knew you could do it. This is our chance to launch a counterattack. I need you to come with us. You've got far more combat experience than these men. Are you able to join us now? I can wait, but not for long. We've got to move quickly before they have a chance to barricade the city gate. The longer we wait, the smaller our window of opportunity. Get ready, and do it quickly. We've got to move soon. Be quick about it.
Well met.
You have my ear, citizen.
He wasn't even in.
Welcome to A Fighting Chance. I'm Rosan, proprietor. I sell the best swords in the city, and I offer advanced training for armorers. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's some. The Imperial Watch seems awfully worried about the Gray Fox. Look at all those wanted posters. Let's do business. You got an excellent. You drive a hard bargain. Thank you. Come again. Goodbye. Welcome to A Fighting Chance.
Oh, no.
What can I interest you in? A good price for a... Thank you. Come again. Be seeing you.
Why is it so laggy?
Go and save them. I've heard others say the same.
Be seeing you.
Hello there.
goes it?
Been better. How about you?
I've been better.
Have you heard any word about the other Somerset Isle? It seems Somerset Isle has become a much more dangerous place. Bye.
Yeah, whatever. Yes, love? It's going into the trash? Okay. Alright. Okay. Cool.
I was walking.
See anything you like? I'll buy just about anything for the right price. You've got a great deal there. You've got a great deal there. You drive a hard bargain. That's a fair deal. You drive a hard bargain.
Oh my God.
A fine transaction.
Really trying to team up on me. That's
An
great.
excellent. Another satisfied customer. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Did you know?
Run away. Leave.
What's up, Fortnite cool man?
What's it like out there? We were beginning to fear we were the only survivors. It all happened so fast. It was all we could do to round up the survivors and try to get them to safety. We failed them miserably. Brother Martin? Yes, he's right over there. He led a group of us here during the confusion of the attack. We owe him our lives. Bye.
How did you get in here? What are you doing here? I don't know how you got in here, but you're not saving anyone. No one leaves this chapel until the captain gives the all clear. I have my orders. Kvatch. You've seen it. Kvatch doesn't exist anymore. Good day.
Greetings, traveler. What do you seek? A gate opened and Deirdre poured out. Everybody ran, or they died. I don't know how the fire started, but it burned Kvatch to the ground. Be seeing you.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to be much help. Yes, I followed the priest here. I'll be safe here, won't I? They can't come on holy ground, can they? Farewell.
Kvatch is finished. There's nothing left.
Yeah. I need to talk to the guard now and let him advance. Huh? Yeah. Now I gotta see if they respawn.
I just can't sleep. Are you ready? We need to move out soon while we still have a chance to strike. For Kvatch!
I lie down and close my eyes, but I can't stop thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. I do like to explore it first. There's also a less chance of like NPC dying.
Come on, for Kvatch!
Oh yeah, they do respawn.
Let's get this over. Show me what you've got. This is the part where you fall down and...
Oh, thank you.
It's on my camera.
Nice. I like it. It'll be right there.
Bleed to death!
You leave?
When I leave, you can remember me on the picture when yeah.
You think you're leaving? Or just you and mom leaving? What are you talking about?
We wiped the bastards out. It's safe to pull those people out of the chapel. Let's get in there and make sure they're all right. Come on. This is only the beginning of the battle for Kvatch. We can discuss the next phase once the civilians are safe. Report, soldier.
Sir, we're all that's left. Barrack Inian, myself, and these civilians.
That's it? There's no one else?
There were others, sir, but they refused to stay put. We tried to convince them it was dangerous, but they left anyway. I guess they didn't make it.
Very well. The area outside the chapel has been cleared, and these people need to be taken to safety. Escort them to the camp south of here at once.
But sir, I want to help fight.
You will, soldier. Once they're secure, get back here immediately. We'll need every available blade, and there'll be plenty of fighting to go around.
Sir, yes, sir. Civilians, it's time to move out. Let's go.
We've done it. I can't believe it. I didn't really think this would work. Maybe we do have a fighting chance. Oh yes, we're not done, not even close. This was only the first step. If this town is to be ours again, we'll need to get inside the castle. You've come this far with us. Will you go further? If we're truly going to succeed, I'll need much more of your help. I warn you though, what we've seen so far is nothing compared to the battle that likely awaits us. Take a few moments to catch your breath and think it over. When you're ready, let me know and we'll get underway. Are you ready to go? We need your help getting to the castle, but we need to move soon. I knew you'd be up to it. Our goal is the castle gate. We should be able to use this door to get out to the plaza in front of the castle gatehouse. You know the drill. Stick close and keep your eyes open. Let's move out! Show me what you've got.
Am I supposed to be implied?
Damn it! This is no good. The gates are locked, and the only way to open them is from within the gatehouse. We can't open that gate from out here. The only mechanism for raising it is inside the gatehouse. And the only way to get into the gatehouse now would be through the passage at the North Guardhouse, but that's always kept locked. Hurry and find Barrich Inian. He should be back in the chapel, and should still have the key to the guardhouse. Once you've got it, get to the guardhouse, find the passage, and open that gate. Then we can get inside the castle and secure it. We saw the smoke from the Gold Road while out on patrol. How can we help? We'll be right behind you. I just can't sleep. I'm just waiting for Captain Mattias to give the order. Finally, a chance to fight back. Yes, I have it. Why? You do the guard one little favor, and suddenly you think you're Mattias's best friend. You probably couldn't find it on your own. I'm coming with you. If we make it, I'll open the door for you. I've still got some fight left in me!
Oh, crap.
Just warming up, you pathetic worm!
Do you get the Imperial Legion to follow you? I was like, okay. I don't remember that in the original.
I think it is.
We saw the smoke. How can we help? Follow me.
If you're, get through the castle, actually talk to the dude if you want him to go in, otherwise he glitches out.
Hmm.
It still lets you finish the quest, but he just won't help.
Hmm.
Come on, we've got to keep moving. Remember the Emperor! Remember the Emperor! I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you. Am I supposed to be Show me what you've got. Getting tired? I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
This is it. The entrance to the passage is right here. I'll unlock it for you. Best of luck. Lead the way. I'm right behind you.
Get this over with. Die, girl!
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. What's the matter? Getting tired? Die! I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
All right, we're at time, so you want to use your ult before we go through steps. All right, then after ult, let's go through steps, okay? Supposed to be impressed? What's the matter? Getting tired? Am I supposed to be impressed? This ends here.
Get the heck out of here.
Yeah. Full blades. Oh, nice. I say like, I never just stick to one thing in this game. Is blades heavy or light? Ah.
But yeah, the light armor, if you max out the skill,
Huh. The light armor or the heavy armor? Nope. It's not at least not near me. Not near me.
Is the round one your health?
Hmm? Yeah, this one's my health. You're right.
What is the green one for?
That's energy. That's right. That's fine. It takes energy to swing my mace.
I looked at someone's house.
It could look like that. I can see that, but Sauron doesn't have any like little flame archdox going around. He doesn't.
Yeah, his tower does.
Sauron does not have flame archdox.
Tower does.
No, he doesn't. He may have a big. He has a big eye.
Yeah, I know that. That has flame on it.
That's fair, but you said just flame archnox, like talking about. Yeah, never mind.
Grab the ball.
Not that book. Nope. No. Well, I'm running out of durability. That's why I keep on trying to get my repair high enough so I could just repair it myself. Because right now, can only repair non-magic stuff. Those are all everything else is repaired. I don't make him. That's his call.
Yeah, Tori.
You better. You keep your face on that screen.
No. Guys, don't be facing your monitor.
Nose in.
Hey, you're a poo-face. You're still a poo-face.
Some violent words, Bailey.
Why is it orange this? How the orange is not burning? How the orange is not burning?
I guess they just don't.
Why
I think I gotta I wonder now if I let the other guys in, if those will repopulate with bad guys. By the way, I was able to be able to get the Thieves Guild quest line without going to jail. What you just have to do is pretty much you have to like just do rumors enough where people talk about the Gray Fox, and then you go to a peasant and you pretty much get your persuasion high enough, then you ask them about the Gray Fox and they'll say,
Pillage the courtyard. Leave none of them standing.
You're just taking everything from the temple. It's all lootable. It's not red, right? It's considered yours.
Are you going from a temple? That's great. Probably. Don't know that.
Yeah, Talos is like a human who became like God. Like... I know, you're just flaunting blasphemy. Only today. Can't do it tomorrow, though.
Oh, you're funny. Oh, you're not doing dope.
You just go full Zoro.
I bet it's...
There's not. No, dude. Mm-hmm. I plan to also eventually join the Mages Guild.
I'll check my new bed. There's always stuff on it.
There's not gonna be anything behind. Be funny if there was. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm also being distracted, and so I'm just now hiding a side of the wall and just exploring. I feel like it's this way. Again, it wasn't worth any money. And also... Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so I can make it into potions and I can sell potions.
When?
Pretty much.
Hey. Okay. That way. Which way?
I can
They actually do reward you for exploring?
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm. Well, Morrowind wasn't... In this, everything is procedural generated. Yeah, so like... That's why magic finds a thing. Like, Morrowind, you find stuff that and it wasn't level locked.
What?
He accidentally smacked someone. Yeah?
Minecraft is saying for